saw how much biodiversity was in just a patch of weedy grass outside a backyard in Kirikiriroa. But here in a forest, so much more habitat supporting so much more biodiversity, Ruth.
You got it. First of all, have you noticed how many trees there are in the forest?
Quite a few.
Yes, try running through it at night, you'll know all about it. And to be quite honest, all these trees do a fabulous job. Of course, they've got leaves at the top, you know, where they do photosynthesis, which means they take carbon dioxide out of the air and give us oxygen and use the carbon to make sugars, which feeds everything in a forest. It's very important. Forest also does this nice stuff of giving you shade, cooling the temperature, which is lovely too, isn't it? But it has so many other things. Those leaves up there are eaten by caterpillars, by scale insects, by mealybugs, by mites. I found this lovely branch full of mites on the underside of the leaves. Look at these patches, brilliant stuff. It is a veritable zoo under there. And then this is a dead giveaway that some of these epiphytes are trying to grow right up in the top where the sun is. Now, every now and then in a big storm, you're lucky and a branch comes tumbling down, and there you go, epiphytes coming down as well. So you can see how a tree supports more biodiversity than you'll ever see. And that basically means that under these flecks of bark live spiders and slugs and snails, and there are nooks and crannies everywhere. This is as simple as that. You know what? This is just living trees. Imagine what would happen if a tree dies and a big storm comes.
Yeah.
And I found one of those trees. And, you know, the job of a tree is simply not over. It's all going on even after death. Come with me, I'll show you.
Okay.
Just as we sit down, you got this little weevil crawling out of the log. Look at that. Isn't it
Cool,
gorgeous?
isn't
Yeah. To be quite honest, I don't know what species it is, but I bet you that little weevil once lived inside this log. And the reason is that this huge slab of carbon really needs the carbon to be transferred into the soil. So all my little invertebrates are working on that, including that weevil, but also bark beetles, those ones there, and the little borers that open the log up to get moisture in, fungi in, bacteria in, and all that starts to recycle this enormous whacking log of carbon. Isn't it gorgeous? And if you look further down on the branches, there are fungi involved. There are, look, what's that? Is that a little slug or something?
Oh, it looks like it.
Isn't that cool?
It is.
So all these creatures are employed to turn this log back into carbon into the soil. And that is exactly how it should happen. Now, I'll show you a few more things under the branches as we go.
Okay.
Now look at this. See all these creatures in the soil. Get rid of that cover layer and what do you got?
Look at that. So that's a millipede.
Yeah, but look at the soil.
Oh, that looks rich. Nice dark colour.
Isn't that beautiful?
That must support a whole lot of biodiversity.
It certainly does. And, of course, the bonus that the carbon is back into the soil. Don't you just love that?
So lots is going to grow from that soil.
That's a forest for you, eh?
Carbon rich.
Yeah, wonderful.
So we're back on our dear dead log, and
Yep.
we've found out so much about the story of one tree.
Yep.
Carbon that it can absorb from the atmosphere, carbon dioxide,
Yeah.
store it in the wood, ends up in the soil. It's just a whole circle of biodiversity.
Yeah, but you asked me in the beginning, why do we need biodiversity? Why is it so important? Look, you can go on forever about biodiversity. It is important and it's brilliant, isn't it? But you know what the nicest thing about this wonderful big slab of carbon is?
Makes a good seat.
Yeah, it makes a good seat, but it also makes a good roof.
Really?
Yes, it makes a good roof. Have a look who's sitting there on eggs. My mallard.
A great place to shelter.
She thinks that we haven't seen her yet. She's going, I hope he hasn't seen me.
Oh,
Isn't
we
that
better
cool?
not disturb it too much.
No, we won't. We better get off. Isn't it lovely though?
It is.
Gorgeous stuff. Biodiversity, the most important word on the planet.